Hey guys, welcome to another video. Today is going to be a 2017 version of the storage optimizer video. Now, hopefully this video will help you guys increase the amount of storage space you guys have on your accounts. And this is going to be an updated version of the optimizer video I did in 2016. Okay guys, so most of you know that you get storage by investing in houses using contribution points. If you are completely new to the game, the way you get contribution points is from questing and crafting. You can get contribution points to invest in houses in cities by clicking on these house icons once you click on the town or city. Here you see a button that says storage, right? Now with this button you see a purchase icon. With this purchase icon, it will take your contribution points and use it to create a storage house. This will increase the amount of storage spaces in that specific town that the houses are in. So as you see right here, this is for example. This 4 contribution storage house will give us 8 spaces of storage for 4 contribution, okay? So pretty much 4 of your contribution points is going into making 8 spaces in your warehouse, okay? It's not really a lot, and if you guys watched our previous video, then you already know I'm going with this. So there's another way you can get more contribution points for your buck. As you've seen already, 4 contribution gave you about 12 slots in storage, and most houses give you about a similar rate, maybe a little bit less, a little bit more. So if you go get a horse ranch, you can get a stable slot per upgrade, and this horse ranch costs about 4 contribution points, and it will give you 4 extra stable slots. Now if you were to buy a wagon, let's go to marketplace. Now if you was to buy a wagon, guys, you can actually use your wagons as storage. So you go to registrations, electric mounts, whoops, let's go to wagons. So you go to registrations, and as you see here, you see like merchant wagons. Now merchant wagons carries 18 slots of contribution, okay? So now if you bought that stable with 4 contribution points and got those 4 stable slots, you'll be getting, what, 4 times 18, that will be about 72 slots of storage with wagons instead of using your actual storage warehouse. So right there will help you optimize your storage, but this is 2017, so I'm not going to end it there. That's pretty much short and sweet of the last video in 2016. Now let's move a little bit further into how you can further optimize it, okay? One tip of further optimizing your storage is using your wagons, but you are not, unless you're a horse breeder, you can have as many as 20 wagons in a storage, in a stable. So pretty much saying that you can remote collect up to 20 items into a stable. The game allows you to remote collect only up to 20. So keep that in mind. And also if you do a remote collect stable area, you will not be able to breed any horses. So as you see, I have a bunch of wagons here. And if you remote collect them up to 20, you have 20 wagons. Well, I have horses here too, but you can have up to 20 wagons. And 20 times 18, well, that will be about 360 slots of storage. And this isn't the only town you can do this in. You can do this in almost any city. So 20 stable slots, okay guys? So if you get the max horse ranch plus full remote collected wagons, you can get 360 slots of storage. Now this is going to give into a little bit more details for advice. Now what are the things you want to put in your wagons? Now here's how you optimize your storage. The first thing you want to do when you're optimizing your storage is that whatever you put in your wagons should not be things that your workers get passively. So what I'm trying to say is that do not make a wagon for something that your worker is going to refill every 20 minutes into your default storage. So here's some things that you may want to put into wagons. For example, armor stones, black stones, hunter seals, hard crystals, sharp crystals, things that your workers will not bring you in passively. Logs, rough stones, those are also things your workers will not bring in passively. So you will not be just having the space refilled every 20 minutes. You want to bring your wagons for items that your workers aren't bringing in passively. So this is how you optimize it. I'm gonna give you guys like a bunch of ideas and lists in this video. So I already gave you like enchant material. So let's say a label for a wagon for you guys may be like enchant material. So once you do this and you want to optimize your storage and the space you do use in the game, be sure to label your wagons, guys. See, this wagon's labeled elixirs. This wagon is labeled meats. So any type of meat I buy. This wagon is labeled alchemy. So default alchemy herbs. Mushrooms, because I don't collect mushrooms passively. I always buy them. Tools like life skill tools, bloods, because I don't get bloods passively either. Magic crystals, I don't get those either passively. I had the costumes back when I had a costume shop. But anyway, I hope you guys get the point of what I'm saying in this video. So you can use enchant items. These are all like ideas for you guys to label your wagons for, depending on what you do with your gameplay. Now let me put a second disclaimer, even though I said this earlier, I'm gonna say it again. If you're a horse breeder, you cannot remote collect 20 items because this would get into the way of breeding. You need actual available non-remote collected space in your stables to be a horse breeder. So if you're a non-horse breeder, this method would work for you. If you're a horse breeder, you might have to set this up in a separate city to where you breed horses, or move your horse breeding network to a different city and have your storage network in your main city. Either way, the choice is yours, guys. Another thing I would want to say is that you can also put gems, rubies, I don't know, jewels, not jewelry, well, jewelry too. I guess I want to say things like ruby, diamonds, sapphires. Those things you hardly get passively, especially if you don't have that one coal node. So putting those in the wagon is really helpful for you. Opal, those things, because unless you got those nodes that gives you them passively, it's a good place to store them. Because if you don't want to sell them, and a lot of these things are hard to sell, you can just keep them in a wagon for a rainy day where you might actually want to craft something using those materials. Same thing goes for those traces that nobody wants. For example, trace of death or chaos. Trace of chaos, no one really uses. You can't really sell them. You know, certain things you just can't sell or can't really use at the moment sometimes, unless you do something really specific for a recipe. So you can save items like that in wagons too, and that will help you keep your storage nice and clean. My storage is a little bit hectic because I did an enchant session this weekend and I haven't had time to reorganize. But hopefully this video was helpful, guys. Hopefully this is better explained than the previous video, and it gives you guys an idea how to keep your storage more optimized. Actually, there's one more thing I want to add to this video. One thing is the weight limit on your horses. Okay, now this is actually a bug though, and the GMs do know about this, but I guess it's not a punishable bug, which is that your horses can hold more than the capacity of their weight limit if you give them all in a single unit. So let me give you an example, guys. Let's say my horse, which is probably true, can only hold 1,000 pounds, right? Now you can put in one transaction on your horse an unlimited amount of weight per transaction. Okay, so let's say I put 1,000 of these boiled eggs on my horse. So that's only 107 pounds. Really? Okay, let's get something heavier. I thought that'd be a lot heavier. Okay, let's get let's see what we have that's heavy. Alright, these 700 human hunts I have. Let's put those on my horse. Really weigh that guy down. Okay, so I'm gonna put like 600 human hunts on my horse to show you guys how it works. So 600 human hunts. Okay, so now you see I'm tripled his weight capacity in human hunts. So it probably won't let me add anything more. So let me try to add more human hunts. You see, this is too heavy. It will not let me. So it has to be in a single transaction, guys. So let me take off my human hunts, my 600, put all 790 human hunts on my horse in one go. See, now my horse can continue to carry more limits. As long as you do it in one transaction, no matter how heavy the item is or the stack of items are, you can put them on your horse. This is what you see a lot of people do on pirates, where they keep their bandanas until they're ready to leave the island. So this is one way to optimize the use of your weight limits when you're traveling. This can also be done with crates for trading and other items too. So as long as you keep one item of maximum weight in one transaction onto your horse at a time, you should be okay. Now another trick is that if you want to have more than one item, you have to be right below the limit of the horse capacity. Like mine is 164 pounds, so I think about 300 of these things would be about its limit, so 300, and then I could add like the rest of the weight because I wasn't at my limit, you know. So that's the only way you can have two items. If you have one item stacked perfectly at the minimum, the maximum weight perfectly or just below it, and then you have a second item that goes way above the weight limit but as long as it's in a single transaction. Okay guys, I think that's all I want to say for this video. If you find this video helpful, please leave a like. If you're new to the community, please sub. Anyway guys, I'll see you guys next time. It's been Mikers. Peace.